What does it sort of mean to you to have a movie like this coming out now in this political climate?
I am kind of blown away that we have a billboard on Sunset. We're by the Lincoln Center. Like our faces are 2 floors of a dang building.
And it's
Um,
such a
I still
pretty
can't
poster.
believe that.
I know it's wide. It's a really pretty poster. Yeah, it's not lost on any of us. I don't think that it is kind of rare, and it has. I don't know. It doesn't have too many asterisks on it. Like we had a great time making it. We have a great time promoting it. We hope that audiences like it, and I think there is something sort of miraculous about all of those things lining up, especially at a time when it feels just hostile to be anything other than something that feels hegemonic in American culture. And I think it's weird. Like a lot of the press, I've thought it hasn't occurred to me specifically. Speaking for myself, I'm like, I need to remind myself that this is important for a lot of different reasons. So we hope there's just a different entry point for people who want either levity or something that feels very politically important to watch right now.
Yeah, it was made with such love and such an acceptance and acknowledgement of reality. And you're brought into a family that, in some ways it does feel like a bit of a queer utopia, this household that we come into. But creating those spaces on film, art and storytelling has this transcendent power in the real world. We get a model of what we want the world to look like, the world that we want to generate and create ourselves. We knew that this was going to be a resonant film and an important one. We didn't anticipate it was going to become suddenly radical again. It felt like when we made it just an acceptance of a culture that had changed since the original, and then now suddenly love is a radical choice again.
I don't know much about like this community here, but I could say that it's not always late to say the right things, and by seeing this movie, we can feel it's just about like personal stories, and choosing their own family is a very special moment to each person's lives, and you could feel that in this movie. You should watch it. I wrapped it, okay?
Perfectly said. Perfect.
What was the most fun day to shoot on set?
Every day. For me, every day. Like, I didn't feel like working. I felt like it's, like, I was always hanging out with, like, every scene. I was, like, hanging out with Chris. I'm hanging out with you here, guys. And I thought, for me, especially, I thought English in acting could be a difficult one for me. But I was just happy every scene. Well, I could say, except with harmony scene, which with
Mother, yeah.
YJ, and it's kind of I actually had a real kind of a pressure in my heart because she's actual legend in Korea and in the global. So except for that scene, maybe.
Terrified for that scene.
Yes.
And Bowen, you previously were in Fire Island. What was it like filming this versus filming that?
Well, this was so lovely in terms of it being this intergenerational comedy. I feel like Fire Island was so rewarding. I love everybody involved in that film. What I think all of the Fire Island cast will not miss is us doing push-ups in between takes, just to because we had to be shirtless, and I'm like, thank God. I mean, I did have to be shirtless once in this movie, spoiler alert, but otherwise I was like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to be around these actors who we all were guilty of just like that vanity aspect, and that's just gay male culture that I'm gonna set aside over here. That does not touch any aspect of this movie. But anyway, I've loved both of those films.
I really loved the scene in this where everybody's trying to like get rid of all of the gay paraphernalia from the house.
What are we supposed to do exactly?
We gotta de-queer the house. You.
What?
You look gay.
What's the one thing in your home that you're like, oh, I'd have to hide this for sure?
My doormat is a rainbow, so before I even go in the house, that's got to flip over and just it's an oblong shape.
Oblong shape, which can also be queer.
Oblong is
Yeah,
a queer shape.
oblong is a
Everything
queer
is
shape. My whole closet, all my clothes are pretty queer. That's a tell. That's a giveaway.
There was a like bath bomb I presented to this cast.
I'm
and
still picking glitter off my skin.
that was a unicorn bomb with a rainbow
And
corn,
pink
right?
glitter, like
Yes.
the bathtub. It's translucent ink undulating glitter.
Weird.
And for me, I would say the queer thing in my house was myself, because the poster I have in this home is my first debut film, and which is queer film in Korea, which I was debuted for as an actor. And we have this poster in our living room, and maybe I should take myself out in the first place.
I have a bunch of queer art in my house, but I don't consider it queer art. I just like
Art.
it's just art, right? But then I have people come over and they're like, "That's really gay," and I'm like, "Okay."
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And it's still hard of like comparing, is it gay or not? I'm still
Yeah.
Well, I feel like
Yeah.
that's also part of that scene when we're dequeering stuff, and
Oh,
there's like
yeah,
that moment of like,
exactly.
that's
Right,
not,
right.
she's not gonna get that, or
Right.
whatever. Yeah.